Actually, should I go put gel in my hair?
No, you're fine. Hey, look at me. I've got this before, but you never listened to me.
Oh god, I'm not this.
Why? You were just like trying to be your own person.
Like I love Hana. I think it's just something not to have another difficult time.
Hi guys. We are doing, well, sort of. I'm eating regular ramen. He's eating the 2 times spicy one because I've lately developed this thing where every time I eat super spicy food, I get blood in my poo. Anyway, so we're gonna answer your questions and eat this because we haven't uploaded Hey Jana in a while, and since we can't really go anywhere, it's been hard to vlog and stuff. So, one characteristic or habit you would change about the other if you go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
I feel like I should answer as many questions as I can before I start eating. I'm literally gonna die. I'm like, side note, but like when we were in San Francisco before we moved to Berkeley, we were like, I was overly optimistic about starting a mukbang channel. That never happened. But one of the first videos I filmed was eating 2 bowls of this like 2x spicy ramen, and I remember like I was so focused on making it ASMR, not ruining that like I was literally just like dripping in sweat, and I like wouldn't wipe my face or do anything. Like it was
really bad.
It was just like pouring buckets.
You looked like you had stepped into a storm. And
Yeah,
came back
like
inside.
literally the top of my shirt was getting like wet from the sweat. It was so gross. Okay, so one habit that I would change
About me.
about you.
This egg is really good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of messed it up, but I really like it.
Yeah.
One habit. I'm trying to think. I don't know. You're perfect.
Stop trying to be like the nice boyfriend on camera.
Okay. I can't really think of a lot, to be honest. One that did come to mind that's like not even, I don't even care that much about it, but I just think it's funny, is the habit that you have of like, well, one, like, you've gotten a lot better about this, but you used to never try new things. But when you do try new things, your habit is to like literally take the smallest bite possible. Like she's literally trying to bite like a molecule off of the food that you give her rather than taking an actual bite.
Because I'm scared of how bad it's gonna taste.
But it's like...
But I shouldn't be.
But it's like, if you're gonna take a little bite, you might as well just take a bite.
John, say hi.
Hi, how's it going?
No, come here and say hi.
Oh, hello. Are you filming something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, alright.
This is our roommate, John.
Hey, hello.
Jimmy's eating the 2 times spicy ramen.
Oh.
I'm about to die.
Yeah.
You can have the other pack if you want.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so one thing that I feel like you do that annoys me is, I think I've talked about this before, but you never listen to me. That sounds really bad, but it's not. It's like, he does this to our roommate Sagar too, where like Sagar will be talking and Jimmy will like respond to the first question, but the whole conversation after that, like Jimmy doesn't listen to a single word that he says, and so we just feel like we're invisible to him.
I will say that I'm actually listening, and you know that I'm actually listening. I just do a really bad job of actually responding.
Okay, that's a different situation though. The times where you don't listen, like I'll be like, hey, can you get this? And you'll be like, yeah. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, hey, did you get it? And you're like, wait, what did you say? Dude, you are already sweating so much.
It's so
Where are you
good,
going?
though.
I'm doing a quick jog.
You're
Quick
going
jog?
a jog?
Now,
Oh,
Wow.
okay. See ya.
that's it.
Yeah, it's just so abnormal of you.
I mean, like, yeah. Okay, alright, bye.
Bye. What do your parents think of your relationship?
You want to try this? I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sweating so bad.
My mom like really likes Jimmy. I think that she knows that I'm like kind of dependent on him emotionally and stuff. And so like she gave me a pep talk when I went home and was like, he's a really great guy. And she was like, but you're an even more amazing girl.
You
So
are.
like, don't ever like put him above you. And I was like, okay. So she really likes him. I think she's just like concerned about how much love I give, I guess. She's like, you give too much love to to the people that you care about. And she's like, you just need to like calm down. But she really likes him. My dad really likes him. He's always like liked you. So he didn't like you at first because you didn't really talk, but then he likes you a lot now.
Can you give me a napkin? I'm literally like, I'm sweating so bad. Like, I don't even feel hot, but like my body is definitely reacting to the spices now. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I think even just beyond my parents, I think my whole family loves Hannah, honestly. Like, my parents definitely like you.
I know like the kids like me.
Yeah, but I think like my grandparents like you. They always like ask about you and like are really happy when they see you. And they, like, when I don't see you, they always ask where you are. And then like, I don't know, I feel like you and my mom have like really good conversations, and my dad's super weird. And like somehow I feel like you've been able to find ways to like joke with him and connect with him and laugh with him. So yeah, it's been like, I feel like we got pretty lucky and we have generally good relationships with each other's family. And I know she has better relationships with my family than I have with hers. But
It's because he's shy.
I'm working on it. Oh god, I don't want to do this anymore.
Just chill for a second. You don't have to like devour it.
But the faster I eat it, the faster it's over.
You
and
also,
then my body can cool down.
But I feel like you also are enjoying it.
I am.
How did you two figure out your dynamic as a couple in the beginning of your relationship?
Well, we were very different. We still are very different.
Yeah.
But we were very different in the beginning. And I think it was like harder because we didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So
I think we knew that we were different. It's just we were really young. We were like 18 or 17 or whatever. And like, it's kind of hard to say. Like, I don't even think we tried to figure it out at first because it's like, you're just a kid. You're just going with the flow. Like, you just go wherever the spark of teenage love kind of takes you. It's not really like, you don't really think too deeply, you know? I think we really started to think about it when we got into college, like in the like middle of college. I think we started to have like some rocky parts, and I started to realize that I need to like let go a little bit and like let him grow himself, and then also teach myself to grow myself too. It was really bad. I was like very, very clingy with him. And I think you were fine. You were just like trying to be your own person.
yeah, I feel like it was
The problem was you didn't make it clear to me.
Yeah. I think I wasn't great at communicating. And I think like it was just a weird time too, because I feel like honestly, even up till like now, this part of life I feel like is really about you figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
And like you're always going to be changing, but like I feel like going from high school to college to your first job, and then we moved to a new city, it's like there's so many things around us that we're changing. And like each time I feel like we're learning a lot about ourselves and like changing at the same time. And so I feel like
The relationship gets hard because of those things regardless.
yeah. Oh my god.
No. So I guess to answer your question, like figuring out a dynamic was more just like us talking about like what we would like from a relationship, and then seeing like if we could compromise in like certain areas. Like we didn't sit down and have a whole conversation. Everything was better. It was like a series of conversations that we had over the years, which I'm sure we will have more of. But yeah, and then I guess it was like deciding if
You wanted to keep going.
Yeah, if we thought, this sounds bad, like if we thought it was worth it kind of thing. But those are the questions that you kind of have to ask, especially like at a young age.
Yeah. Good.
You okay, dude?
Dude, it's so good, but I'm so hot.
That's how I make you feel.
How did I fall in love with you? I guess it's just for me.
Uh-huh.
So the question is, how did Jimmy fall in love with you? Just curious about the male species. I think it was definitely like, well, that's the first one. There's another question. So who said I love you first? I was definitely the first one. And that was like 4 months in when we were 18.
No, it was 2 months.
Oh, it was 2 months in.
We've been dating for 2 months.
I'll try to give myself more credit. It's 2 months in when we were 18, and that was dumb.
Let me tell it. Okay. So, I remember we were sitting on your futon, like upstairs, and Jimmy like was like told me that he loved me, and you had like a little gift or something, but I forgot what it was. And I was like, I just looked at him, and I was like, really? And I feel like you were so like taken aback that I just didn't accept it.
It was not the response I expected.
And I was like, how do you know? Like, do you actually love me? Like, how do you know that you're in love with me? I was just like very skeptical.
Yeah.
And
rightfully so.
Yeah, and Jimmy was just like, oh, maybe I don't know. And I was like, why would you say that? And I think it was honestly because in high school, like, people were just throwing I love you around in relationships because, like, we're so young. Like, who cares kind of thing? Like, people were just, like, saying I love you to say I love you.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You okay?
Yeah, this was so good, but such a bad idea. Okay, keep going.
But, yeah, that was the story. And then, like, at our 6-month mark, he said he loved me. And then I was like, okay, I love you, too.
But, like, even, like, looking back on it after being together for 9 years, like, I feel like the love just got like deeper still.
Yeah. I don't really think we knew what love was when we said we loved each other.
I was trying to find a way to say this without like sounding bad, but like looking back on it when I said it at 6 months, I was like, I still don't know that I meant it at 6 months. Like, I don't think I really understood what that meant until much later.
I think we meant that we really, really like cared about each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if we necessarily like loved each other, knowing what we know now.
Yeah, and I think like was the question when or like?
It was how did you fall in love?
How did I fall in love? Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like one of those things that happens over time, and like I wasn't like. I guess for me, it wasn't like a day where I just woke up and was like, holy shit, like holy crap, I love Hana. I think it's just something that like built over time, and then just being able to look back on our relationship together and realizing like how much we had been through together, how much you have like helped me through, and just like how much fun we have together. And it's like just starting to realize like I feel like this is very rare. Like, it's easy to take it for granted because we get to experience these things with each other like every single day. But I feel like this kind of relationship, it's hard to find. It's like it's not easy, and then so coming to like appreciate that too.
Aww.
See, something that can be sweet. How wet was that?
That was so I wasn't gonna say anything.
Dude, I could feel it.
I was like, whoa. Oh. What's your guys' advice for sticking with your partner through hard times?
You want to start? I've been talking a lot.
I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Really?
But I think I can answer this question. I think I would say last half of last year was like pretty bad. Not pretty bad, that's a bad word, but pretty rough. And like usually like we're pretty open and honest about things, but I feel like we'll just keep it at that. I think like how I handled it was just like it was a lot of like evaluating like what it was like a lot of thinking about what I loved about Jimmy and if I wanted that to be in my life for the rest of my life kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just like thinking about other stuff too, not just like how much I love him, but like how much it's kind of hard to explain. It's like I first I was like, okay, I'm still in love with him. But there's like all these other things that I need to factor in besides that. Like, does he contribute to like my mental well-being? Like, does he give me like a healthy like relationship? Just stuff like that. And once I kind of did that, and then I realized like what the issues were, we talked it out, and like, again, you just have to figure out whether it's like worth it. So I think that's kind of how I get through difficult times.
You're about to have another difficult time.
It's okay. I'll share my water.
Dude, I am dying.
Drink the rest of my water.
Like, I feel like whenever things get tough, that is like the most important time in any, like, you should always be honest and transparent and open about how you feel. But when things get tough, like that's kind of like the only way you actually get through it, is that like you have to just lay it all out there on like how you feel honestly, so that each person can make like a fair is not really the right way to put it, but like
Best decision for them.
yeah, to like each person can make the best decision for them with like what they know. Like, if I feel like there are like crisis moments in relationships, everyone has them, and like in those moments, if you continue to like hide things and not be fully honest, I think that's when you see relationships start to like kind of crumble. And sometimes you are honest and like it doesn't work out, but like if you are honest and it does work out, like that's when you can really start rebuilding, because like you're both coming from a place where like equal understanding, like everything's being laid out there, and you've still decided to stay together. So I don't know, I feel like that it's like a really easy answer, but like open, honest communication I feel like is super important. And then also I think being honest with yourself about, like Hannah said, like what you want, because maybe you don't want the relationship, and that's like totally fine too. There's nothing wrong with kind of like going your separate ways. You can still be friends and stuff, but you have to make that decision.
Well, wait, what? That's such a fast job.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Target?
Strawberry cream tart.
Okay, we're done.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. We'll try to upload something soon, but it's been difficult. Bye, guys.